Do you like Chipotle? Fine purveyor of Mexican lunches? Probably. Most people do. Did you know they have corn salsa? Wow. This is not how to make their corn salsa, but something relatively similar. I'm already drinking. It's not the first step. We've been there, done that. You will need corn. You can use frozen corn. This one's organic because I shopped at a health food store and they didn't have conventional corn. You need to heat that corn up. Did you know the corn's really not that good for you? Many people are surprised to find that out. You need a splash of water. Yeah, this is like preschool. Coming back to haunt me, you gotta put the right size circle into the hole. I don't know where that lid is. That's not the right one, but it'll do. You think about, you know, like the 1950s and their infinite wisdom for nutrition. You like eat butter for health, all that. You think like the conventional way of serving food, you got a meat and you got a starch and you got a vegetable. And that's like, I mean, most of you are still familiar with that format of eating. Corn, as served in a vegetable in that context, is really just like another starch. It's like, if like, oh, I had meat and potatoes as the vegetable. Like, okay, but mainly it's just calories, it's empty calories. But we don't give a shit about that. Let's use our largest knife for safety. The larger the knife, the more you're afraid of cutting yourself, and therefore you'll be more careful. Did you know, this is a Poblano, did you know that, according to statisticians, there's like a certain amount of like anti-safety that goes into like every safety feature. So the safer you make something be, the more stupid people are willing to be while using a vehicle. And I learned this from the very first episode of Freakonomics, and they talked with Glenn Beck, you know, who was like wise about all things in life, about a vehicle, and the guy who sold it to him was like, it's death proof! You'll never die! And as soon as he knew that, he was like, well, maybe I could drive a little bit faster, or take all the turns faster. So, that's a thing to think about. Anyways, this is a Poblano, and we're gonna dice it. I think this actually is in Chipotle salsa, I'm pretty sure. It's like the little green pepper bits. Oh, let's do the whole thing. I don't really know what else I'm gonna do with the other half of the Poblano. I like this shot because I feel like I'm talking to you while you're in bed. And you're like laying down and you're like, oh, I'm sleeping. And I'm like, sweet dreams, sweetheart. I know I've talked to you before about how I like chopping things and find it soothing. But I kind of miss it. Like, I really just don't have time to chop things all the time now. So, although it's probably very slow to film, that was a very enjoyable pepper to chop. Alright, we got our Poblano. Over here, our corn. It's already boiling water. We'll turn it down to low. Give it a little shaky poo. Probably onion next. I don't know what kind of onion Chipotle puts in theirs, but I'm gonna add a little bit of red onion. That's probably what they use. Most Mexican restaurants use red onions for things. I genuinely wish I was using a smaller knife, because for this kind of salsa, you really want to mince it like as tiny as possible. And I've already screwed it all up, but you know, that barking used to really bother me. It doesn't anymore. I think I'm ready to have children. You know, they may not seem like it, but they are good boys. I'm gonna turn the corn off. I'm sure it's done cooking. Something I think's funny is when people talk about Italian Greyhounds, which those are my boys, they're so sensitive. They don't respond well to being yelled at. They're like, all my dogs do is yell. And sometimes we yell back. That's all there is to it. They never get upset. It's just a symphony of yelling, you know, like you do. Kind of moving slow. Got a tomato here. It's fine. I just carried my mug of booze around and didn't take a drink. What am I doing with my life? It just occurred to me that most people like corn salsa cold, so I should probably get that away from the heat. I'm kind of moving slow. I've been walking for health and I got a toe cramp. My toe hurts. Please send medicine. Corn. Looks familiar. We'll just put that over here. Alright, tomato. Gotta get rid of that nasty bit. A word of advice, as I have made this many times, and I think this really applies to all salsas, but if you can chop things as small as possible, the smaller you make it, the more people like it. I think this is because people get put off by like large chunks of things. But you got like a super sharp knife, or just like a lot of time on your hands, or you're just a chopping savant, people probably like your stuff better. You know, just spend the time to make it fancy. I'm like on a one-way ticket to the municipality of unsobriety. What else do we need for this shit? Let's add a garden pepper. Some I grew. Look at these nice peppers I grew. Oh. I didn't even know most of these existed. Court found them all. We're gonna use a serrano, I think. Serrano or jalapeno, I don't know. If you don't like spicy food, you can one, off, but then two, you can omit this pepper and then just feel bad about yourself, which you should. Communist. So we'll dice that up. And this is ye olde time to wash your hands after you chop. There's nothing really ye olde about that. Finally, some cilantro. Oh wait, it's not finally. I forgot all about the black beans. So we'll chop that up just a bit. So, we need a bowl. Here's our bowl. There's the corn. That's a pound of corn, by the way. So burpy. Where the f is the can opener? So, we're gonna strain a can of beans. Some beans. You gotta rinse the fart juice off them. If you're courting a woman, don't call it fart juice. Actually, if you're around anybody at all with any dignity, don't call it fart juice. Just put them all in. Who cares? I don't care. Obviously. Okay, we added some other stuff. Some stuff stuck to the plastic board. Alright, now it's time to use some steroid juice. I tell you, this juice has changed my life. You know, I got that corporate life going on, so I got the paper cuts. This doesn't mess with my paper cuts. It's like protection. Juice of 1 lime. It's actually pretty good. It gets most of the juice out. You know, garlic. A heaping spoon of garlic. It's out. Pepper. Thanks. Sugar. And Jake. Couldn't you change your name to like Spice? And mix her up. Probably with that garlic spoon, which you do in the sink. Let's see how she treats us. Looks a little beany. Maybe we'll use less beans, but maybe not. The beans are more nutritional. Shit, that looks good. Look at that. That looks wonderful. Just wonderful. Let's try her out. This good? I think it needs more lime juice. Coda! 1 more lime. That makes 2. If you like it spicier, you should add more hot peppers. But that's like saying if you like oxygen, you should breathe more. Take number 2. That's way better.
That's the good stuff.
That's the good stuff.
I like to eat it. I'm hungry for corn.
I'm not saying those things, but I'm gonna eat it. That's how you make the corn salsa for your family. And it's not Chipotle.